So what do you say we try some brandy tonight? I've got a brandy today I'm really excited to try with all of you. I'm so excited I have an audience. Stanley and Little Rogers. So if you go back to the very first video on my channel, I inaugurated this experiment with a brandy that I called the Nectar of the Gods, because it was just everything I wanted. It was just perfect. But I decided to revisit, kinda sorta, that brandy. Kinda sorta as in, I'm revisiting the brand, but not the flavor. So, the brand was Christian Brothers. A very decent brandy with a good reputation. Not the cheapest brandy out there, but I guess you could describe it as it's the one on the bottom shelf in the liquor store. Because if you ever pay attention, the ones on the bottom shelf are really cheap, and the price gets bigger and bigger and bigger as you start looking up. The flavor was honey, which when I bought this brandy, I really had no idea what I was getting, and honey isn't necessarily a flavor that I would go to first. You know, we'd think like coffee or blueberry or blackberry or something, but honey, and wow, mind blown. It was just unbelievable. So I want to revisit Christian Brothers tonight, but there is a flavor that I have long wanted to try from Christian Brothers, and I did it was a VSOP of Christian Brothers with the intent to review this flavor, but the grocery store didn't have it. And I just didn't want to waste a trip, and I did want to get some brandy. And strangely, every time I have gone to the grocery store, they've never had this flavor. But I have had a feeling that this is probably a really good flavor of brandy. And I figure it can't be worse than the honey flavor. I mean, considering that was the last choice I would go for, and it was amazing. I figure this flavor, which is a little more mainstream, and there's actually lots of brandies which have this flavor, but there's not a lot of brandies that have honey. I figure this is a safe bet, so I don't know why the grocery store has it. Anyways, I had to go to a liquor store, and they had it, and I immediately picked up a bottle. Wasn't even going to hesitate. So, without further delay, you guys ready for this? Without further delay, we're going to review tonight Christian Brothers Apple. I love apple juice. And there's a lot of brandies that are apple flavored, but I haven't had any of them. So this is the first time trying apple. I figure it's probably going to be really good. Christian Brothers, I have really high hopes for this brandy. I have such high hopes. So let's just check the label out first. Personally, first things first, hate the label. Absolutely hate the label. You can see it's peeling off. The other two bottles of Christian Brothers have it. It's clear. You can see through them, and it's nice. This just looks so cheap, and it's so poorly put on the bottle. So this was a real disappointment. Hopefully the label was just false alarm. This is 35% alcohol. There's a debate, and I'll mention this while I'm thinking of it, online about how you should have 35% or you should have 40%. And I've seen people talk about certain brandies how, oh yeah, I tried the 35, but I want to try the 40. I've never experimented with really seeing, if there's such a taste difference between that little 5%, or if it just makes you more drunk, or what. My point in drinking brandy is for the taste and the enjoyment, not to actually get drunk. Yes, I get buzzed. Absolutely, I get buzzed. But I'm not aiming to get buzzed. If I want to get buzzed, I'm going to drink vodka or beer or something. Yeah, it's not about the alcohol. So I don't know if it means anything to you that it's 35 or 40, or whatever it may be, but I'm letting you know just the same. But let's keep reading this label here. It says, let's go with their own hype. Christian Brothers apple is the ultimate in smoothness. Cue the Barry White. Made with natural apple flavor and Christian Brothers brandy. Well, I'm glad it's made with Christian Brothers brandy, because if it was made with somebody else's brandy, which is distilled from premium grape, does that say varietals? Varietals, I don't know that word. And matured in hand-selected oak barrels. Okay, that's all it says. Nothing here. So, you'll notice there's some missing. That's because I've already poured my glass. Now, for those who watch my channel, you know that I traditionally drink out of a shot glass. Because I'm so stoked about this apple, I decided to do it out of a traditional, well, it's not a traditional glass, but a real glass. I do want to say, out of curiosity, I poured this into the shot glass first, and then I poured this. This, and you can see it's the size of my finger, it's not that much, is 2 shot glasses full. So we're not doing a lot of brandy here, as again, it's just about the experience. So I want to say one more thing, and then we're going to delve into the reason you're watching this video. I like the color. Yeah, I do and I don't. So I was pouring this into my shot glass, and I actually, in the dim lighting of my kitchen, couldn't necessarily see how high it was. It is so clear. You can see just about, I don't know if you can see my sweater through this, but you can certainly see the light change. This is so clear. Actually, yep, there you can see my sweater, and you can see the white wall through it. Compare this to Allen's Coffee Brandy, which I reviewed in another video, which I commented on how it was thick and black. It was like looking into the night sky. Well, maybe not here in Portland, Maine, but out in the countryside where there's no streetlights or anything, it's like looking at night, it was pitch black. This is like unbelievable water. The honey, I remember, was like this too. So, here we go. Oh, I should say no caramel coloring that I'm aware of, which is put into a lot of brandy to change the color. Color means things, but anyways. Are we ready for this? Drum roll, please. It smells nice. Oh, this is this is really. I've been looking forward to this for a really long time. Oh. Wow. That has a little bit of a kick. I actually haven't had anything to drink in like a week either. And I've been emptying a bottle of Allen's Coffee Brandy, which I think my taste buds have crawled away and hidden on. So this has got a little kick, so it's going back to real brandy. It's smooth. It's very smooth. And when I say kick, I don't mean like kick your ass. It's just got a little bite. This is really smooth. The apple is really not strong. I figured it'd be way stronger. This is really almost tasteless. Actually, I thought it'd be really powerful, but it's not. It's actually got hardly any taste. This is like the complete opposite of what I was expecting. Ah, drank that a little fast. Yeah, I'm perplexed. I I actually don't know how to call this one. Wow. There's no after effect. There's no real taste. It's not overpowering. It's just very, very basic. I'm a little, huh. Um, I'm a little sad now. Wow, it's just really basic. It's not like, it's not like the honey brandy, which makes you want to be it makes you want to be an alcoholic. I mean, it's just so good. Yeah, this is just kind of like, yeah, it's good, but this stuff is just really, yeah, I'm gonna keep drinking. My apologies. I'm kind of perplexed by how unknock your socks off it is. And I don't swallow it immediately. Oh, I do swallow it immediately, but I also like to take my time, and I let it go over my tongue. And yeah, it's not strong. It is so not strong. Yeah, it's just not. Wow. Hmm. 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 Wow. I think if I was gonna have a party, I don't think I'd get this. I think I'd stick with the honey, or maybe one of the others that I've reviewed, like the Presidente or whatever. This is just sort of is. It's not bad. I mean, it's not like bad. I've reviewed those who watch other videos. I've reviewed bad brandies. This is just um. It's not the nectar of the gods. We'll say that. It's not the nectar of the gods. Or it's like maybe the drink of the angels. The servants of God. Yeah, this is I'm sad now. Such disappointment. I mm. Yeah, it's not bad. It's tasteless. Um if you want to maybe get it to mix it with something, but I feel like if you mix it's so tasteless already. It's just gonna be lost. Um, I I've said what I'm about to say for other brandies, so this seems to be how do I okay of the range of brandies out there. There are some brandies which knock your socks off, just unbelievable. Then there's others which are just horrendous. They serve no purpose other than torture. Then there's some which are just, they're good, or but they're not great. Or there's some which are more, I think, made for connoisseurs versus just everyday people who don't know brandy. This particular brandy and some of the others, I would put in the category of confusion. I'm confused as to who wants this brandy.